devices.
Captain, the halo device on board this vessel is giving me a headache. Please remove it. Now, Captain. It is foolish to resist. It remains more effective than I thought. You're still able to disobey. Ah, well. What can I do for you, Captain?
How's it going, Denari? You okay down there in the cargo bay?
It is cold and empty. I could use a thermal blanket. Since it is incredibly boring down here, I am using the opportunity to try and get some sleep.
Whoops. What do you suggest I do now, Denari?
The first thing I do is to make sure I had a strong ship and fleet.
Okay. We got that, I think. Well, kind of 1 3/4 of those. What can you tell me about your race, the Denari?
I consider such a question to be intrusive and impolite, but that is consistent with your behavior. What do you want to know?
Oh, thank you. What can you tell me about your species, biology?
You mean my superior brain? My mental prowess? I don't want to talk about it.
Come on, we're friends. Tell me about the scope of your psychic powers.
Captain, I don't think you meant to ask about my powers. Didn't you mean to ask about flowers?
Yes, Denari, I wish to know about flowers. Flowers
are beautiful and smell nice. Now, be a good human and leave me alone.
It's kind of hypnotoadish, but I wish to go now.
An excellent idea, Captain. You must have a great deal of work to attend to. Yes. Goodbye.
Let's see if we answer the stuff in the other topic.
Hello, Captain. It is less than comfy down here in your ship's cargo hold. Please send down some pillows. Now, what can I do for you?
Okay,
I consider this to be one.
Okay, what can you tell me about the history of your people?
Over 20,000 years ago, my species was happy and carefree, living a life of peace and contentment on the surface of our world, Ventaflork. We spent our time gathering foods, creating art, and compelling each other to do the boring chores. Then, a ship from the sentient milieu landed, and, well, things got pretty complicated.
I know so little about the sentient milieu. Oh, well, that's a lie. We do know now everything about it. Can you describe it?
The sentient milieu were a bloodthirsty empire that ruled a large section of the galaxy for thousands of years. If you've heard that the milieu was a cooperative union of sentient species, it's lies, all lies. The Urquan were just a part of the milieu, but their dark and evil hearts infused the entire association with a sinister ambiance.
I'm sure. So, tell me about the war between your species and the sentient milieu.
Well, after we'd been in contact with the milieu for a while, they decided to kill all of my species. Now, does that sound like a reasonable, friendly bunch of aliens? Huh? Does it, Captain? No, it does not. Well, the war was over pretty quick. My species lost. Instead of just killing us, the Urquan modified our genes. Our children were born non-sentient, dumb animals. For the past 20 millennia, we Denari have been serving the Urquan in the most demeaning way they could imagine, acting as mindless translators who communicate the words of inferior races.
I've heard enough.
That's good. I was getting sleepy.
Okay, so,
goodbye, human.
For some reason, frame rate slowed down. Not sure exactly why. Might want to check that out. Maybe Apple Updates has come to interrupt us. Just gonna save the game, stop the recording. So, save and cut. Managed to fix the lag issue. And I've also worked out how to fix the Ultron. I actually got about 2 minutes into recording that, and then a Java update popped up which disrupted the whole Fraps thing, and it meant we missed the little animation or something that might have played when you repair the Ultron. Anyway, it's pretty straightforward. You just go to devices, you put each relevant device back in to the Ultron, and you got a perfect Ultron. So I guess we just find an Upwig and hand it to him. Or her, as the case may be. And I don't think that's in this system. There'll be Upwig ships floating about. Now, where was her homeworld? Let's try Gamma Hyades. It'd be nice if the captain kept a little logbook. I suppose you're meant to keep a little logbook, you know, just a notepad and pencil. Let's try these guys. Okay, converse.
Just go away. Leave us to ponder our grief.
Hey guys, guess what we've got? We've got the Ultron. Wanna see it?
Yeah! Should I set my gaze upon such a sight, I might suffer sleepless nights for years on end. It is a symbol of the collective Utwig failure. It is our ultimate tragedy. Ah! Every divot, every crack on its surface is etched forever in my soul. Remove it from my sight, lest I purge my... Hey! That is not the devastated Ultron. It is the image of the Ultron before. A trick? A trick?
Wow.
Oh, I had no idea that any species could sink so low. How dare you try to manipulate me with that cheap stage prop? Why, it's not even... Hey! Wait a second. It looks like... Can it be? Yes! It is! A miracle! Oh, happy day! Joyous occasion!
Yeah.
You have our eternal thanks, good Captain. You will be immortalized as the blessed figure that delivered unto us our future. We will revere your very likeness. Let me take the Ultron. Yes, I feel the link, the knowledge, and the power. It seems that there is much to do. Indeed, it seems that you should proceed to the second moon of the sixth planet of Zeta Hyades and take what you find there. We no longer have need for it, but the Ultron reveals that you will. I thank you for your part in the grand scheme. We now recover that which is ours via destiny and proceed to perform our essential service for the universe.
Shutting up for a second?
But wait!
Oh,
The
there's
Ultron
more!
drums and whistles. Matters of significance are being relayed to our brains. It has been so long since we communicated with the Ultimate in such a manner, but slowly the truth is revealed. Our destiny. We have been directed to join with our Supak's allies and attack you.
What?
No, wait, that's wrong. Sorry. We attack your enemies.
Bit of a difference,
the
sir.
Urquan and the Kor-Ah. No, that's not right either.
Oh?
What? Oh, okay. We must strike only the black ships. Only the Kor-Ah. Now, Captain, we must leave to prepare our battle fleets. Wish us luck.
Wishing. Yeah. That's the last we have to talk to an Utwig, and I don't think anybody's too upset by that fact. Anyway, we got to go to where he said we should go, which is here. And yes, there is a time limit on the game. The Kor-Ah will win the doctrinal conflict in February of 2159, but with Supox and Utwig intervention, it takes to 2160. So we got effectively 2 years, a bit under 2 years to do this, which is plenty of time. So we got one planet there, second planet there, third, fourth, fifth. It's this ring, yes, the gas giant. And we're meant to go to the second moon, where we will find a surprise waiting. Hopefully, a nice surprise. Probably a nasty one. Okay, minerals. Oh. Okay, nothing there. Let's try this moon. Aha! Oh, it's second outer moon. What is this? Let us save first. And converse.
Fancy meeting you here, Captain.
Droog Starship Captain, justify your presence here.
We, the appointed representatives of the Crimson Corporation, merely come to obtain the fair and reasonable payment for our goods. We traveled to this region of space years ago to sell the useless Ultron device to the Ootwig. We knew even then of the weapon on the surface below us. This was to be our price. But the Ootwig used a clever ploy to cheat us. I had convinced the morose Ootwig fools that the Ultron was the answer to all of their pitiful dreams. Powers? The Proctors want. Will it give us the powers we crave? I assured them that, yes, the Ultron would give them the second sight. The Ultron would allow them to see into the past and the future. The Ultron would slowly imbue each of them with unique secret powers of great significance. The Ultron would ensure that their race's huge potential for greatness would be fulfilled.
Right.
Then a mistake was made. Enough foolishness. We will take the precursor device from the surface and then leave. Thereafter, I may see fit to bequeath the entire planet to you, Captain, for your invaluable services in the past, provided you leave now.
The precursor artifact does not belong to you. It is rightfully ours. Stand aside. It isn't really rightfully ours. Or theirs for that matter. It's no one's. Not rightfully, at least.
Liar!
No, you lied.
We who are the genuine owners. Not you, Captain. Those many years ago, when we offered the Ultron to the Ootwig, how they capered and laughed at their good fortune. Fools. Then they begged to hold the device, just for a moment. To close the deal, I permitted this. A grievous mistake. The moment the High Proctor touched the Ultron, her body arched and her eyes rolled back in her head. She began to babble meaningless phrases and howl like a beast. We had expected the Ootwig to fall for our sell, to buy the useless device, but never with such gusto. Their self-doubt and lack of clear reason left them vulnerable to our every manipulation. But then, the Proctor's body relaxed, and her eyes slowly closed. When they reopened, her visual orbs shone with a wild and frightening light. "This is all we could have dreamed of, and more," she intoned. "And now, Droog, as to your price." I opened my mouth to speak, but before I could utter a word, the Proctor interrupted. "Wait! The Ultron feeds your thoughts directly to me. Do not speak. I know what you desire." What could I say? That the Ultron was a farce and could do no such thing? I was stunned and silent. The Proctor continued. "You Droogs of the Crimson Corporation desire an object of great antiquity, something of secret function and value. Very well, it shall be done." And with that, we were led to a small vault. The Proctor ceremoniously opened the door of the vault and explained that because we had been of such great service, all of the treasures within were now ours. Inside we found a hodgepodge of ancient and useless artifacts, a glowing rod, an absurd trident, and more such junk. I could see no way to salvage the disastrous situation at that time. of you, your travels, and your foolish quest for freedom.
Freedom!
I realized that you could be the agent of our justice.
Justice!
And lo, it is so.
Verily?
You have heard our justification. It is valid and unassailable. Now go, and do not return.
Leave now and never come back. Not unless you tried to cheat someone and they kind of cheated you inadvertently. Not the greatest of justifications. Regardless of your feelings in this matter, we will now take the device.
No, you will not.
Will too.
We know your soul, young captain. It is no brighter than ours. We acknowledge our greed. We revel in it. You are the dishonest one, hiding your shame in shadows. You fabricate justifications, rationales.
You just did one.
In the end, we are just the same.
I'm not big and pink.
But now you stand in our way.
Oh, I kind of...
You will not
kind of.
be moved. Therefore, we will add your true name to our ledger of hatred. But first, die, child, die!
Okay. Yes. Not the friendliest chap, but if I remember my practice runs correctly, the Avatar should be able to handle him in a rather amusing way. Ooh, boing! Oops. Have to be careful here, because there's a planet in the way. Yeah, I'm getting sloppy with this. Did the practice ages ago. Okay, gonna get this one out here because it's half damaged. It was in a good position though there. Not sure whether I'm going to shorten this battle with music, but shouldn't take too long anyway. There we go, nicely done. Okay, gonna go this way this time. Another one down. As you can see, it just chews ships like that up. They can't get out the laser, or the tractor beam rather. And this one just passed into our hands again. There we go. You got to time it right, otherwise they fire their gun and do quite a bit of damage to you. Going to head this way now. Another one bites the dust. And wow, that's it. Yeah, so worth a lot of resource units and easy to destroy with an Avatar. Even out practice I managed to do it, and the Avatar is probably the ship which I'm worst with of the super ships. But we have this rather large device. Ominous. Report from surface. We found a huge precursor device on the planet's surface, a giant black cylinder set within the simple defense grid. We have already neutralized the grid. Well, actually Jenkins just drove through it by accident, but that seemed to work. The artifact is covered with precursor script, and although we can't translate all of the writing, it is pretty clear that it is a warning, repeated again and again. The energy output of the artifact is scary. It rivals all of our ship's engines at redline. If I may be so bold, Captain, I would advise that we not experiment with this device until we are back at the starbase. We shall now return to the ship, with the black cylinder device carefully stowed in the cargo area. Getting that into the shuttle, yeah, I see issues, but never mind. Science, compression technology. Anyway, let us navigate away. We have no need for this area anymore, and we can now focus on finding the Vux, yeah, and the Umgar. There's the two races still with some dialogue left as far as I know, and talking to them. But first, Oops.